city of angels is black and gold. You are listening to the Heart of LAFC podcast. And now, Joseph Zacher.
Greetings, Los Angeles. Welcome to episode 405 of the Heart of LAFC podcast. We're going to call this one Chemistry, as the boys seem to be finding it now that we have Sun on board with us and new players on the way as well. That's right. Yeah, things are looking up for LAFC. Finally got a win on the road after a while. It's looking good. Bam is on the road. Araceli, we're wishing the best for the fam. Hope everybody's going to be okay there. Tony is with me tonight, though. So you got the two of us. We're going to make it happen for you. So I'll go to you, Tony. I know we got a big viewing party this weekend. How are you doing, man?
Doing pretty well. Was excited about our win in a long time this past weekend. Spoiler alert, unfortunately. But doing pretty well. Excited for this weekend. And then, of course, prepping for the next coming weekend.
There we go. There we go. Yes, busy times for the club, busy times for the supporters. We'll get more into that, of course. Of course, busy times in the world of transactions. Of course, the transfer window is now closing for MLS. Is closed, I think, as the time we release this. And we did pick up a player in that process, right, Tony? Who did we get?
We got acquired Andy Moran or Moran. Sorry, Moran. I'm sorry about the Moran part. I was like, I just quickly read it. Moran on loan from Brighton and Hove through 2025. He is joined under the U22 initiative and will occupy an international roster slot and is pending his P1 visa and international transfer certificate.
Yes, he's an interesting pickup for us. Again, very young player, promising player. He's actually on loan at Brighton and Hove as well. Also, he's an Irish international and a creative midfielder. So this is a guy that can plug and play, right? He can get in there. He can set up some good passes for us, good distance passing, very accurate passer. Has that creativity that we've kind of been missing in midfield, to be honest with you. And good with both feet. I mean, honestly, a skill player that we're bringing into the mix that has proven that he can play at some higher levels here and has pressed, right? I'm a little surprised we're getting him, to be honest, at his age. And what I've seen so far from him and the reactions from the Irish supporters too suggests that they're a little surprised by the move as well, because he is a quality player, really quality player with a promising future coming our way. We've seen this with other players. I mean, I can think of Steve Buke, right? Matty Bogusz, quality players that just kind of needed to change the scenery to get to that next level that they want to be at on their own trajectory. And so now we're picking up Andy Moran. I know I said it too because we're used to the inflections, right? Yeah. But he's coming our way. I know, right? I think this is a good move for the club. I think it's a good fit. There has been some issues in terms of creativity in our midfield. This just adds to it. And let's be honest, the weapons we have up top, they need a little bit better service going into this thing. So I think it's a good move. What do you think, Tony?
I think it's the perfect move, to be honest. It's what we needed. Like, of course, Sun being there, being a very good playmaker upside and directing everything as well. But as this season has shown us, we need creativity in the midfield. You know what I mean? Like, there are moments where Delgado and Igor Jesus have their moments, but it's not consistent enough. Mind you, from the highlights I've seen from him and everything, it's like it seems like he's a very good playmaker, aggressive playmaker, works hard to get the ball back and everything. So this is a perfect move, especially with our midfield being so lackluster at times. And this would give also more opportunity for, to create for Bouanga, for Sun, and then also for Daz and Martinez to lead off of coming back so much to create something. I believe this is also our first Irishman, I believe, in our history. Like, we brought over. I'm not 100% sure.
Wait, Lewis O'Brien. Right?
Oh, yes. I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's featuring on a certain show now. But
yeah, again, and I'm just I would have again loved to kept them too as well. So as of right now, most of the Irishmen that we've gotten, they've succeeded over here, and we've loved.
Yeah, honestly, I'm really excited to see what he's going to offer this side. I think he'll be a good fit from what I've seen. Again, looks like in 80 combined games, he's had 8 goals and 15 assists. That's been with Blackburn Rovers and Stoke City. And of course, Brighton and Hove, he's with now. Not anymore. He's with us at this moment. Again, it's a loan. It's a loan deal. So if things work out for him, he'll probably be heading back there not too far from now. We'll hopefully keep him for a little while. Again, good move for the boys. It's something we needed. We heard the rumors. I'm not sure if something else is coming up out of this. Sometimes there's delays on announcements, so we'll see. I know we had room for one more big move if we wanted to do it, so we'll see how that works itself out. Guess what? There is one other guy that might want to have a reaction. Guess who's made it in the studio just in time to join us for this conversation? That's right. Bam made it through traffic. He's in the mix. Bam. We were talking about Andy Moran being in the club. I know, killer loan deal. Not costing us much, I think, under 22 initiatives. So kind of a steal for what we're getting. Your thoughts, sir?
Can't hate it at the moment. We'll see how it all plays out and just go from there.
Yeah, I mean, there's now competition for places in the midfield when we, for a long time, had 3 competent players, and that's all you had, right? I mean, we were really hurting there for a little while, and we were kind of abusing those 3, right, for minutes. And now, all of a sudden, you get to rotate players. You get to, pick and choose who's in the best form and go for it. So, good news overall. Of course, from that high to another really high moment, the match against New England on the road. Things haven't looked great for us on the road. So going into New England wasn't going to be a walk in the park. We knew that already. We did know, though, that this was going to be possibly Sun's first start, which was even better news. And of course, that's exactly what happened. So the lineup for this match, basically, we had Lloris back in goal. We had Tafari and Segura, who are holding it down right as center backs. Palencia and Hollingshead were the outside backs with Delgado, Igor Jesus, and Tillman in the midfielder. Yeah, I know. He went with what's comfortable. Up top, of course, Sun was your center forward, kind of, sort of, with Martinez and Bouanga on the outsides. As we know, the way the front line runs, we told you guys it wasn't ever going to look anything traditional in the way it was built. There's going to be shifts. There's going to be moves. There's going to be a complicated setup for anybody defending them, and that's exactly what they proved to do in this match. Of course, for New England, who's trying to find themselves, who looked like they were turning things around, they went with the 4-4-2. I know. We told you it would be something a little different. Yeah, I know. He switched it up just for us. Look at you, Mr. Porter. So they had Turner back in goal, Ceballos and Fofana center backs, Feingold and Miller outside backs, Yusuf and Polster were the midfielders, with Langoni and Ganago as the outside mids, with Gil and Campana up top. Of course, we learned right away with those two, they were going to be a handful, and they proved to be in this match throughout. But things look better for us, right, Tony? Give us the highlights for this, man. What happened?
The highlights for overall, just in the beginning, is, well, I'll get into it more, but our defense was very suspect. They were high pressured, and shout out to Lloris for literally keeping us in the game and keeping this from being a tie or a loss. But in the 51st minute, after a almost goal by Sun, if I remember right, we get it back right off the bat. Sun gets it toe poked out. Delgado right there in the right spot, hits it with a nice good hit, hits it in, puts it up 1-0, and then we kind of go off to the races to a point. And I say that to a point because, again, our defense was very suspect. There was an opportunity late in the game where New England kind of just took over and had that right side kind of just beat all the time, to a point to where there was a play where right-hand side, pass it in, almost gets into the goal right in the front of the box. Lloris blocks it out, and, we turn around and almost get a goal. But then two moments in the back where we could have put it away quicker. Unfortunately, Sun, with a great run, finds Ordaz in a good position with a great pass. Ordaz just can't finish it. He sends it straight at the keeper. And then right in the dying minutes of the final half, of the final is just Son holding the ball, holding it until he finds what is his name? I'm gonna butcher this name.
Matthew Chouanier.
Matthew
Chouanier.
Chouanier. Matthew
It's gonna
Chouanier.
take me a while too, guys.
Yeah, so excuse me, Matthew Chouanier, and he puts it in the back of the net in the 94th minute, 9 minutes, puts it away, and we end up getting 3 points. And moving forward, it's going to be a great time to see what this new lineup comes in, especially with more Ron in. So, yeah.
So, a couple of things that stood out to me in this match. Chemistry is the conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the Ordaz Sun setup looks a lot more functional than the Martinez Sun setup right now. It just did to me. Things seem to work a little and gel a little better once he came into the game. I think Chouanier, yes, I said it before. The guy has it. You could tell right away he's got it. Looking good, looking the part. Lloris, though, if you were going to give another tip of the cap, he's the guy, right? I mean, he made the critical saves when we needed them, show the leadership that we needed in this game, critical times for that. Really important in this match. Yeah, not the prettiest at times in this game. That's for sure. There were some shaky moments, but when we needed the guys to pull through, we needed those moments, we got them. Now, first goal, was a gift. Lagata still had to finish a really tough play at the end of that, but it was a gift. It was a turnover from them. It shouldn't have been a turnover. Last goal, though, of course, the selfless Son, right? He does it again where he shows the team effort, right, is more than anything else and getting the results that we need. And again, a new player getting his first goal thanks to Son. You can't ask for more in terms of that. So, yes, a big win on the road. We need the momentum. Was it the prettiest? No. Was it effective? Gotta say, yeah. Bam, your overall thoughts on the match?
Overall thoughts on the match. Always good to get 3 points, especially against them. You can see by having Son how much better the team is going at the moment. When we had another international big name player there, it just didn't seem it was going right. Now we got rid of that one and we got Son in. You can see Son's more of a team player. He wants to help the team win. He's passing the ball a lot more. He's actually doing the hard work that certain players weren't doing for us, but are doing for their team back in France.
Yeah, but still missing open breakaways and stuff like that. So, whatever. I won't be bitter. Everybody's happy at the end of the day. What this does also is it puts us in the race for first. You're like, what? What do you mean? We're what? 6th place. Yeah, but we got those games in hand. 24 games played. San Diego's got 27. We're on a collision course to play these guys for our next home match, right? We're in striking distance. If they slip up this week and we don't slip up, there could be a chance where we're looking at tied points by the time we get into this thing. It's there. Yes, it looks like they're far ahead, but they're really not. The games in hand is going to be important. We have to get our job done. And Dallas will talk about it's a bit of a trap game. I'll say it. I'm not afraid to say it. It always has been for us. We got to get a result, right? And so going into it, we have a chance to still finish at the top of the table in the West. And guess what? It also has a chance at the Supporter Shield still. We're not out of it yet. Definitely not out of it because everyone up top has kind of been slipping. So there is an opening. You can take it. And all of a sudden you have that chemistry that I discussed at the beginning. So not so bad. Now that's the world of LAFC, the top side. I do see a couple comments from the faithful. I'm going to get to your comments, guys, right away before we talk about a little LAFC 2 stuff. Let's go for it. Who's on tonight? We've got Burke Fournier. Hey, Burke. There we go. Says Moran is a solid pickup. So stoked. I like the stoked vibe. You see that one? There you go. Lewis. There you go. Oh, he's English. There you go. I was wrong. There it is. Yes, Tony backed that up. Thank you, Burke, for that update. So he is the first. There you are. Well done, sir. And if he Burke said he'll buy a jersey if he wins a cup for us. Hopefully sooner than later. There you go, Burke. Thank you, sir, for that. Nice. So we got Burke in the mix. I know a couple of others are on there too, so definitely jump in if you can. Yeah, it's for you guys. We're going to check in a little bit as well. So thank you, Burke. All right. So talking about LAFC 2, you're like, yeah, do we have to? Yeah, we have to. Talk about the ups and downs for these guys. So basically right now, things are looking a little tough, but they got a mixed bag this past week. First, they defeated Real Monarchs with a 1-0 win. Tommy Mahalik scored the game winner. That's a goal in 5 straight matches for Tommy. Long range strike this time, got goal of the match week. Then earlier today, they lost to Vancouver 3-1 at home. Yeah, but Gavin Zambrano did score his first goal at the age of 17 for LAFC 2. So there again, the bright side of things. We're talking about player development. So if you want to pick that out of it, go for it. Splitting games, there's still some time left. Maybe they'll sneak into the playoffs. Maybe not. I know it hasn't been the greatest season for them, but it's not over yet, as Araceli discussed with us last episode. We'll keep you guys posted as LAFC continues. They do have a quick turnaround. They have to travel to Dallas. Yes, they are traveling to Dallas. They're going to play North Texas SC on Sunday, 5:45 kickoff. Of course, will be MLSnextpro.com. So you can check out that match as well on Sunday. So that's what's going down. Now, we did tease a bit, right, that there is a big watch party this weekend. So I think that, of course, is going to lead our club and community news. I know we're kind of firing through, but there's a reason for that. We got more to talk about. So I'm going to go to you, Tony. Let's talk about that watch party this weekend, sir.
Yeah. So as I mentioned before, and then the boys mentioned when I was on hiatus for a second away from this pod, there is going to be the 3252 official watch party and flag painting. Doors open at 2:30. Food, vendor, beer garden, and giveaways and other activities will be available. It's family friendly, free of parking, no charge to enter. You had to register on a LinkedIn, I believe, Eventbrite. Eventbrite. So I think the link's still there. So if you want to go, just sign up. It's free and everything like that. And it is at, oh my God, it is at Ontario International Airport, 2180 East Avon Street in Ontario, California, located in the National Guard hangar. So that will be the watch party. It's going to start early, and we'll be pretty much going through the night and painting some beautiful things, helping out. So if you guys are more welcome to come, if you like there is another watch party with Pride Republic. It will be back at High Tops. So if you can't make it out there, you make it down to LA at High Tops there. So that is pretty much club and community news for the moment.
So for all of us IE kids, including me, it's going to be at a hangar at the airport, the Air National Guard hangar, which is even more fascinating. It's kind of cool, kind of different. There's going to be giveaways that I've heard. Food trucks, beer, you name it, refreshments. I heard that you need to bring a lawn chair, though. That is a thing. So if you want seating, bring your own. I did hear that. So it'll check when you do register. It'll have some details of what you can and can't bring. It is pretty restrictive, but that was something that was listed as if you need seating, bring it. So fair warning on that. You're sitting in a hangar after all. So that's fascinating. All right. On to the black and gold. Yes, Tony, you have more?
Before we go to Black and Gold Vinyl Club, actually, it makes perfect sense to bring this up. I know the game has not been, we don't know when the time is for not this weekend, but the 32 presents the Black and Gold 2025 Fan Fest. We'll have multiple ska bands there during the tailgate. We'll have couple different ones selected by our registry. So the flyers on there is going to be live.
Rasta Gary?
Yes.
It's Rasta Gary. There we go. Which is why we call it the Black and Gold Vinyl Club Minute, because what does he run, Tony?
The Black and Gold Vinyl Club. Official one. So he was a selector. He was a selector of all these bands. So you should go take a just take a maybe we'll introduce you to them more next time, because we're going into the new game. But for maybe our next vinyl club, maybe we can pick out a name for these new ska bands that we're going to bring in into the north, and into Christmas Tree Lane.
There we go. So there it is, ska music. And we were just talking about ska music the last episode, I believe, right? What timing? Dumb luck, guys. I got to admit, dumb luck. But hey, I won't take credit. Give it to 32-52. It's going to be a lot of fun against San Diego that day. So that being said, we can now move in the Black and Gold Vinyl Club Minute. I know we're talking ska. Does anybody want to throw up an album or something to get into this mix? What are we thinking?
For ska,
I have a thought.
I don't have a scarf for this one. I've got an indie rock for this one, though.
Go for it.
So for me, for this one, is one I was going to use last week because I've been listening to this song for a long time. Haven't heard it for a while. It's by a band called The Cruel Sea. It actually works out well because the lead singer for this band, his name's Tex Perkins. So we're playing a team in Texas, so Tex there. This song came out in 1995. It's called Better Get a Lawyer.
Ooh, there you go. There you go. Okay, I got one, and I think it kind of fits, man. All right, so I'm gonna go old school. We're talking about ska. We're talking about that. So I'm gonna go with the Clash, dude. I think it's pretty straightforward. Certain song called "Guns of Brighton." New signing. Thought, yeah. All right, cool. So there you go. What's it from? The London Calling album. If you don't have that, you're lost. So get that album, people. Right? Yeah, they're laughing at me now. But yeah, it's a classic album. If you haven't heard it, check it out. Kind of important when it comes to the world of music. And yeah, Guns of Brighton, I think, is a perfect mix for this episode. So there you go. Black and Gold Vinyl Club Minute.
I have
Here to
one,
educate.
actually.
Oh, Tony's got one. Here we go, man.
Is it
Here we
right?
go.
Yes, I do. Is it? Yeah. From the 90s. I was like, I know a ska band from the 90s. I'm just trying to remember, and I was like, what was it? And the one that was playing on my cassette player and my little Sony Walkman. And I was like, what was it? What was it? And I was like, what is it? What is it? And I was like, I remembered it. It's the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones and The Impression That I Get. That was the one that was in my head. I was like, what was it?
Out of Boston. Okay. There we go.
Makes sense.
As we defeat the revolution. So perfect. We got it. There you go. Three for you to check out. All quality. So there we go again. All right. What does that lead us to? Talking FC Dallas. All too familiar with this team. I know New England, Chicago, not so familiar for you guys. But those who are on the black and gold definitely know FC Dallas. We've had high moments and low moments against this side. As I call it a trap, I call it that for a reason. We do not play well in Dallas. We don't have a great history in Dallas. I believe we lost our last two in Dallas. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think if I'm looking at it, 3-1 defeat and 2-0 defeat. So yes, that's what happened the last two times we've gone to Dallas. Now, when we play them at home, we take care of business, right? League match.
We've lost. Yeah, we also we lost 3-1 last year, 2-0 the year before, and we lost 2-1 the year before that. So
yeah, it's not good. It's not good. This is that trap game that I like to say. You're like, stop saying it. I'm going to say it till we break it. Honestly, maybe Son will be the guy to get us through. It's a little bit of a vibe over there right now as they're remodeling the stadium. You're going to see lots of tarps. I know. It'll look weird when you're watching it on TV. Those who are going, yeah, it's kind of limited space too. Enjoy the Soccer Hall of Fame if you're going. Now, in terms of what they've been up to, again, it's not been the greatest season for them, but it's not over yet for them. They've got a 7-8-11 record, 29 points so far. But in their last 5 games, they've got 2 wins. Actually, yeah, 2 wins, 2 ties, and a loss. So it's not looking too rough for them. Last game they tied on the road to Austin. Again, a rivalry match. That's kind of expected. 1-1 tie. It was a good one. Honestly, it was a good match. If you want to check the highlights, it was very entertaining. They've got something there. Honestly, there's some offensive firepower on this team. We'll cover that in a few seconds here. There's a name that will stand out too. Then they took a win at home against the Timbers. Got a huge gift from an old friend Max early in the match. Straight up dropped the ball. had to pay for that one. But then Lawless Abubakar, of course, headed a corner to close the game out. 2-0 win. Again, that team beat us in our own house. So not an easy game, right? So that is what's going on with Dallas. They look to be kind of finding themselves, but they've got a lot to make up if they're going to get into the big show. Now, who stands out for these guys? I think the biggest would be Musa, Croatian international. He's been really featuring for them, scoring consistent. He was on like a 5-game scoring streak. I know he gets like that. Other names that stand out to me, at least that we see, is Leggett. He's always in the mix. Copies, he's back in the lineup after injury. He missed some time. Those guys will stand out. Of course, Ibiaga, an old familiar face. He still features for them as well. Last game against Austin, they did go with a 3-4-2-1. The game before that, against Portland, it was a 3-4-3. So they do like having 3 in the back and going with wing backs and kind of getting around you is their hope. And of course, making Musa that big target, which he is a good target. He is a quality player. He will be very dangerous against us in that role. And so, yeah, the 3 backs, most common guys in the back would be Ibiaga, Urugide, and Abubakar. I think the last, if I look back, yeah, they're your consistent ones. Again, Cappies from Miro, I'd expect them in the midfield, and Moore and Kamungo coming up the sides, whether they play higher all game or stay low in case of us, which I expect them to do. Yeah, it should get interesting with Leggett, Farrington, and Musa. I don't think it's going to be any different. I know Anderson, Julio might feature, Kike might feature, Norris might feature. It's a good team. Again, not getting the results so far this year, but looking promising, I think would be the way to look at them. Your thoughts about Dallas this year, Bam?
They've had some good wins, some horrible losses, and they should be better than where they are, to be honest. They're in 11th place at the moment. They're just 2 points behind RSL, 3 points behind the Smurfs. So I'll be surprised if they don't feature in the playoffs, if they keep going how they're going. But we need these 3 points more than they do. So it's going to be a hard fought match. And with Ibiaga, who will most likely start in the center back, I think that's going to be hard to break down.
It's going to be tough. I will say this, though. They do let in a lot of goals. I think they have 46 goals against so far this year. That's pretty rough. So they've had blowout matches. I think that's why, right, Bam? They've had some just really dogged matches. So, yeah, well, it's going to be difficult to break down especially if they drop low with 5 back there. It's going to be something that we're going to have to be creative with to get through. And we've had those moments where teams kind of kill our game, right, and wait us out and look for the counter. And this is one of those teams that's capable of that. They've done it to us before. Tony, I mentioned that there are some difficulties with them. Your thoughts on this match? What are we going to have to do to get through this?
I don't know. I think the voodoo of whatever Texas has on us, and is pretty much, I guess, the better thing to say, because anytime we go there, as you said, we don't win there. Burke's not going, as he said in the chat, so maybe we'll win. But
oh yeah, he's usually that guy that cost us those points on the road. Yes. We'll blame you, Burke, for fun. Just messing up.
But overall, it's just going to be more of just I think it's just trying to figure out their defense and getting through them. Because overall, no matter how many times Dallas has gone through their changes and their academy players, their defense has always been their strong suit. Take it back to maybe it's Texas and, the old American football ways of gridiron gangs and, defense wins championships. They're rough and tough out there. But overall, it's just their defense is always looking great, especially with a leader like Ibiage, who we've had on our back line and helped us win a championship when players were injured. So no, I think that's what I'm looking forward more than anything else.
Well, and Abubakar always has a way of getting under our skin too. We've had a lot of moments with him, no matter what team he's played for, right? Colorado too. We've had some rough moments against him in Colorado. So we have history with some of these guys. Leggett too. We have history with some of these guys. again, it's all about where we're going to be. We know what they offer. We know what they're going to do. They're going to look for that counter against us. They're going to try to hit us on the wings. They're going to try to catch our backs out of position pretty much. That's what they're going to look for, because we do love to overlap a lot. So that's going to be their focus, is that we'll catch them on transition. We've heard this before. So that brings it to our lineup. I know we were talking about card trouble for certain players, who goes in, who goes out. We have a big match coming up very soon where we can't afford to have people suspended. So I'll go to you first, Bam. We know Lloris is going to be in goal. Why would he not be? Our center backs, I think, is pretty straightforward because that's who we have. But the outside backs, it's debatable right now, right? As to who gets to start. Who are you going with?
For the outside backs, it's going to be Smolikov is going to get the start. And it's going to be Palencia.
Smolikov and I will say this: Smolikov really played well once he came into the game against New England. He acquitted himself very well. He's been doing it consistently. Let's be honest; it's a build up for him, and now he's there. He is there. We can count on him every time now. That's how I feel. Tony, I think you're in agreement with him right now, right?
With Smolikov, yeah, Smolikov again. Ever since he first had the first start first appearance onto the field, he changed my perspective on what I expect from him, just because what he creates, what he does, and it's just he's someone who needs to be on that field.
And he's got that Hollingshead understudy vibe going on, right? This last match they brought him in as basically a wing. Go up, man, just make it happen, which we've seen Hollingshead do from time to time. So yeah, the understudy vibe is there, right? The expectation from that role is there, and so it's showing. I know I wouldn't be surprised either if that's how it's going to be. Hollingshead gets minutes probably for Palencia, depending if there's a card issue at play, right? Because we can't lose them both; that would kill us. So you got to be careful, and they're both at risk of being lost to suspension with another yellow card. So that's real. Now midfield situation. It used to be where we just said, hey, these are the three going out there because, well, that's what we got. Well, that's not really the case anymore. We actually get to change who we want. So I look to you guys, and you're looking at what we've got. Ooh, I'll go to you, Tony. Who's your three in the mid? It's a tough one. Tony's thinking it through right now. Okay, who's your first two that get into the lineup? The third's the hardest. I know. Uh-oh, he's cut off. We can't hear him.
Oh, Delgado. I think Delgado and Tillman is going to be my.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then how do you pronounce? He's going to be. He's one of those names. Chouanier would be my other midfielder. Chouanier. I'm going to have to. It always takes me a while to get but then once it gets into my repetitive nature of what the name is, it's a little bit easier.
Mind you, I'm probably saying his name wrong, but I'm confidently saying it wrong. So we're just going to run with it. I think that's how it went. That's how Max was saying it. So I'm just going to follow Max's lead on this one. Yeah. So that's where he's thinking Tillman, Chouanier, Delgado, Igor Jesus can come in later as a substitute if need be. All right. I go to you, Bam. Who's your midfield?
Chouanier gets a start. Igor Jesus gets a start. And I'll start number 8. Tillman can have a break.
With the Ocho. Okay. I kind of like Bam's lineup. I got to be honest. I'm hoping it's that too. I'm really big on Chouanier. I know he's brand new with us, but from what I've seen, I'm really impressed. I just am. He seems to already fit. The communication is good. He fits. Tillman, yeah, I think he needs a little rest too, to be honest. I really do. And Jesus, if he doesn't get consistent play time, he drops off. So the more he plays, the better he is. So get him out there. And this one's gonna get kind of nasty, guys. Honestly, I expect physicality. And who do I want out there more, Tillman or Igor Jesus in a fight? Yeah, Jesus all the way. Now, top line, Son's up there. We know this. Bwanga's up there. We know this. Who's the kid next to him? Is it going to be Martinez? Is it going to be Ordaz? Tico Bobase is still on the mend. So, Tony, who's going with the big boys this week?
I would go probably with Ordaz to get a quick in, just to get the goal and just like the momentum with him. Martinez is good. It's just I feel like, as you said, it works better with Ordaz on the wing than it does with Martinez.
Feeling it, man. What do you think, Bam?
I want to see Ordaz, but I think he'll stick with Martinez.
Ah, okay. Wouldn't be surprised. Again, they're so interchangeable, to be honest.
Yeah.
It could be either way. I just know that Martinez, as Bam says, what the selling point is on Martinez is the counter speed, right? The ability to get in behind. They're playing a 3-man back. That means they're going to be pushing high on us at times. And who's good at getting in behind? Yeah, it's Martinez, right? Who's good at playing in the mid, dropping back? Martinez has that talent. That's for sure. Where it gets kind of in the weeds is when things do get physical, he can kind of lose it a little bit. So you got to be careful with that. With Son, we know what Son's going to bring to the game, right? It's been fun to watch so far. It's only a chance to see him do a second full game. So bring it on. Let's make it happen. So I like it there. If you guys have your thoughts on who's going to get in the lineup, throw them out there. I see a couple comments already. So do not hesitate. We'll go to you guys in just a moment here. All right. So you've heard from us. Let's hear from you. Comments that are floating right now. Again, Q wants to say, are we finally going to win in Texas? I certainly hope so. And as Burke said, he's not going to be in Dallas this year. Usually travels, right? So does that mean he's going to go to the watch party? Burke, are you going to the watch party? I wouldn't be surprised at the watch party. I'll see you there if you are, man. But there you go. All right. And on that note, we've kind of told you how it is. I think our last thing we'll say is basically, what are we going to need from the guys? What are they going to have to do to execute? I think that's the final comment we're going to get from Bam. What do the boys have to do to finally get a point on the road or more in Frisco, Texas?
For me, the biggest thing is in our midfield, don't back down. It's going to be physical. It's going to be tough. Don't stoop to their level and get cheap, but step up, get physical if you need to, and just show that why we're the better team. Have those beautiful connection passes between our players that we can always do. If you see someone getting double teamed, try and make room so that they can pass you the ball. It's not that bad to pass back if we need to. Just have that one pass back to create some space and then get it forward again. That's to me, that's the main thing, is having that team connection and just not stepping back.
Don't be afraid to reset either. Limit their time on ball, people. The less they have it, the more we have it, the better off we'll be. All right. So for me, I'm going to say, don't make any stupid mistakes. No penalties, no goofball cards. Don't get into it, especially all young players. I know we like to be scrappy. Don't be too scrappy. we have a tendency. I get it. I get the passion. I love the passion. But again, game in Dallas, we've seen some goofball red cards. I think Palencia's had a few of those too, right? Hollingshead's been, I think, red carded over there too. There's been some questionable cards when we go to that house, so be careful. Tony, your final thoughts on the match itself. What do they got to do?
Just of course finishing with the younger boys, with Ordaz and Martinez, just making sure you get the ball in the back of the net, as well as creativeness of pushing the ball forward in the midfield. I know we just got our new player, but until he comes in, we just try to adjust to that and just try to create as much as we can, and try to come out as clean as we can moving forward, because we do have a big game coming up, a shot at getting closer to the top spot in the Western Conference. So just come out with hopefully come out with the 3 points, and then we'll see what we come out with moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately that game against San Diego is a battle for first. That's how important that game is. So you got to get the result this week to make that clash that important. Right? Takes a lot of wind out of that match if you don't get the result this week. So they got to get a result. We can't just be fine with a draw. You got to go for the win. It is what it is. We're chasing at this point with games in hand. Those need to count for something. So there's our moment. All right. On that note, of course, what do? Our final thoughts of the day as we leave you guys. A little bit of shorter episode of Heart of LAFC, but you know what? Fit and finished is a good thing. So on that note, Bam, I'll give you your final comments today. Go for it.
Final comments. For everyone that's going to the watch parties, be safe, have fun, get there safely, get home safely. That's the main thing. Just keep doing what you're doing. And again, I'll harp on about it. Mental health is huge. It's major for us all. For those in LA, there's helplines for you guys. Use them. They're there for a reason. You can call 800-854-7771, or you can call, text, and chat with 988. They'll help you out, especially with you guys leaving summer, heading into winter and all that kind of stuff. People's moods do change. You got the winter gloom and all that kind of stuff. So definitely use it. It's a tool that we all do need at times.
Agreed. Thank you, sir. Tony.
Final thoughts is just stay hydrated. It's going to be a hot one, especially out there. So just stay hydrated, keep water in your system, liquids and everything like that. Check up on your friends and everything. You don't know what they're going through, as Bam has been saying. And just be prepared let's get ready for next week and be smart. Again, I'll say this, be smart. Start this week being smart about decisions you're going to be making and, moving forward.
Exactly. Be wise about this. We want to see you safe and happy and ready to go for a big rivalry match. I know you're like, they're new. Yeah, but they're local enough coming up next week. So we need to see you guys there. For this weekend, it is pretty much the hottest weekend of the year in Southern California. So if you are going to that watch party, the thought is it's a hangar. Nothing that's going to be those air-conditioned things. So if you're going, stay hydrated. It will be a hot day for everybody while we're out there. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good time. Hopefully, I'll see you out there. Maybe Tony will too. But yes, let's get ready. Let's hopefully get 3 points. Let's celebrate what these boys have become and what they continue to be as they build and get us back on track this year and hopefully get in the form that we need to make a long run. Yeah, that is our hope this year. So we keep on doing it. All right. With that, we give our final word of the day. Bam.
Stay golden.
Tony.
Stay golden, Los Angeles.
And from me to all of you, stay golden, Los Angeles.
Thank you for listening to the Heart of LAFC. Make sure to leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Stitcher. Shoulder to shoulder, the black and gold is taking over.